Hey, and welcome to another episode of Shatter The Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and I've been having a blast on the fold this week, having a lot of good games. Like I said, I think last week I mentioned that I get POA on the weekends, and then I lose it during the week. Usually doing solo queue or just playing with some random people that I pick up, just games, backfire on me. I'm not playing with my usual team, and it gets a little hard. But I've been playing like mostly Catherine when I've been playing. So I need to get that tier 2 and tier 3 Catherine skin. It looks so good, The tier 1 is nice, but it's no tier 3 Catherine. So, I need to get some more ice on my account, get some more glory. I'm playing a bunch this weekend with double glory and, getting up there. So I'll probably have to open a bunch of boxes here and see what I get. But I want to mention that I have a Patreon going over at patreon.com/shatterthevain. You can go over there, donate to the podcast, and I'm going to use that money to do more with the show. I do this podcast for free. I don't get anything out of it. It's just me. I wanted to give back to the community, promote the game. I love the game so much. I love talking about the game. I love talking to all the different people I bring onto the show. I love hearing their stories. And every week we're getting someone new on. This week we have Pete the Noob. So that's super exciting to hear his story and how he got into Vainglory. But if you can go there and donate and support the podcast, that's fantastic because, I'll do more with the show. Maybe we'll do 2 shows a week. Sometimes you get like a double show from me, and that takes a ton of time for me to do. It takes a lot of time to edit these, get them up, get them posted, get them out there for you guys. So if I could get a little support, we could do 2 shows. Maybe we'll do another show kind of like the Undersprawl. And we'll do some sort of Vainglory game show kind of thing. But it all takes time and, takes away from me doing some other things. So, if you can, support the show. And everyone that asked for stickers, I think they all went out. If you haven't got your stickers yet, let me know. I'll get some out to you or back to Patreon. One of the rewards there are stickers. You can also get some shirts there too if you do the higher backer as well. Get some shirts printed for Shatter the Vain. But with that, let's get into episode 44. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to see Skye here at PAX, and I'm excited to see what her abilities are. Her machine gun, some sort of rocket movement, speed, jump thing. She's got some jetpacks on her back. She looks super fun. So let's see what Pete the Noob has to say about it.
Shatter the Vain, a podcast about Vainglory.
This is the 44th episode of Shatter the Vain. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and it's a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, I try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully, we can all become better players together. And every week, I'm bringing on a new person from the community to run down all these news and this gameplay with me. And this week, I got Pete the Noob joining me. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on. You were on the Undersprawl with us. Maybe was that like a month ago now? So
about a month now, yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. So it's good to have you on here now.
Yeah.
For people that don't know who you are, you want to introduce yourself? Let them in on who you are a little bit.
I'm Pete the Noob. I started streaming about almost exactly a year ago. Started out streaming this other game that's kind of known in the community a little bit called Clash of Clans. Maybe
I've heard of it.
Yeah, mixed reviews from a lot of people, so we'll just leave it at that. But it is where I kind of learned how to stream. I started just as I was bored working nights as a network engineer, and I was already playing Clash of Clans. So it's like, well, if I just hit the go live button on this Twitch thing, maybe I could meet some people, and that's how it started. And I think that's a lot. My story is not, too different from a lot of people where they're just kind of bored and they're like, let's try this Twitch thing, and it either sticks or it doesn't.
Yeah, was Clash of Clans like I've played a little bit, and it's hard to. I don't always enjoy watching people stream. It's more about the personalities, but is the game like easy to stream that way because it's not as like intense as maybe Vainglory is?
I would say it's a little bit easier of a game to stream for. Well, it's a lot easier game to stream. And just because there's a lot of
Yeah.
downtime where there is stream interact, and I think that's what makes it a good game to stream. If you're more in for the being the personality, being the entertainment, say than your gameplay
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Not to say that it doesn't take a lot of skill to be a high level player in the game, like any game, but yeah, it is definitely an easy streaming game, and it can definitely be a good game to get your feet wet with trying to learn how to
Oh,
stream because
cool. Okay.
there's you have a lot of downtime.
Yeah,
So
you learn to talk
yeah,
a lot then, I'm sure.
right, yeah, you learn how to ramble really well, and start talking to yourself. But yeah, so then when I was already starting to kind of get a little bit burnt out on it, and then one of the guys in the community in Clash of Clans was like, "Hey, it's coming. Vainglory's coming to Android beta,
Uh-huh.
or it was released at PAX East." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I've been wanting to play this game for a while.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun to play, and I was like, "Okay, that's it, done. Rebranding, X the old name, Pete the Noob, rebrand, starting from the ground up
Oh,
again."
okay.
And I must say, it's the community in Vainglory. Like, I mean, I'm sure it sounds like a broken record from everybody, but it really is such a great supportive community with the developers and streamers and players, everybody working together. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun to
It's been
be
an amazing experience.
at. I guess it feels like the ground floor of what this game's going to be in like 5 years.
Right.
And a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, I remember when this happened. And it's like, it's just
Right.
crazy. I've never been
Yep.
at a game at that, like, or being part of that game at this level, at that ground
Yep.
floor. So it's fun.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
And like having
Yep.
those developers and people that are involved and your friends that you've become with in the community are getting jobs at this company, and that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's so cool. And yeah, and I'm super excited, to meet everybody at TwitchCon. Like now that it's to finally meet everybody, is going to be great.
Yeah, so
At least most
yeah,
everybody.
there should be a lot of people going out there. That should be a fun event.
Lots.
I'll be out there as well, so it should be good.
Nice. I did not know
I
that.
got a boat to stay on.
A boat. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard about this boat. I heard about that
It
boat.
should be good. I'm trying to make sure it's legit, but I've never stayed on a boat
Right.
before, so it should be fun.
Yeah. I just went ahead and stayed safe and got a place at the Hilton.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm gonna stay on land and walk to the place.
It might be a little more safer, but I'll have some cool pictures with it.
Yeah. I'll just come party at your boat.
All
How
right,
about
that
that?
sounds good.
Yeah.
So, how often are you streaming this game? Because you're still working nights, right? So,
I still work nights. I actually work tonight.
okay.
But I was streaming in the morning just because for me I was already up and awake and
Yeah.
ready to stream. And that's kind of when I streamed Clash of Clans as well. But what I soon realized is that there's no one on in the morning anymore watching.
Yeah.
Not a single soul. So I'm probably going to be going back to my afternoon schedule, starting around between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Central Time,
Okay.
Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, whenever I, midnight to 1 a.m. till whenever I just, decide to fall asleep.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've tried to stream a couple times during the week in the morning. Like, oh, I'll get up real early and stream rather than staying up
right.
late. And it's like not as many people on, and yeah,
No, not with school back in session and everything like that. Yeah, nah, not gonna happen.
that's fun. Who do you like to play
Yeah.
in Vainglory when you're playing? Like, are you?
I kind of almost exclusively play Fortress.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because a lot of the people that that hang out with me on TeamSpeak and in the guild and stuff like that, they run their own, carries, and I think I'm a decent Fortress, and so yeah, Fortress is my bay. Yeah, pretty much exclusively, which I need to get away from though.
Okay, yeah.
I need to venture out into more things. I found I can't play even Ringo anymore just because you're so used to playing like a single character. You kind of get that play set, and like Fortress is very much a dive in and rip stuff apart and then get out.
Right, yeah.
Where is completely different than Ringo. Ringo's like stay back, be cautious, watch your placement and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to flip back and forth between the two.
Yeah, you kind of forget how to kite sometimes after playing those
Very much so.
support tanky
Very much
people.
so. Yep,
I see. And yeah, you mentioned the guild. You're part of Ardent, right?
I am.
Okay.
I am a part of Ardent. Yep.
And Brizzle McFizzle on maybe like 2 months ago now. It's been a little while, but yeah, she kind of gave a little bit of backstory. But it seems like you guys have
Yep.
a pretty awesome group of people there.
and it's great to have just it's not so much the personality as the names. It's just generally good
Yeah.
people. You know, I'm not going to single a single person out just because A, I won't be remember everyone's names, and B, it's just that everyone in the guild is, that's the basically the premise of how do you get in. I get approached a lot,
Yeah.
and it's more or less just be a good member of the community. We'll approach you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the core idea of Arden. And now we're coming up with some other things to do other than just, because we have the competitive side, but then we have the streamers that are just mainly personalities or, ambassadors to the community. It's like, what are we going to try to do for this? So, we're going to be doing a lot of charity work with multitude of charities,
Oh,
not
cool.
just a single one. So that's exciting to kind of give the streamers something to do other than just play the
Yeah.
game.
Any
And
preview or
it kind of gives us a. Well, we're talking with Operation Supply Drop. We're doing a thing with them. We're going to be looking at a couple other charities, Able Gamers, which is a great charity. Just go ahead and check them out. They do a lot of work for
okay.
uh, kids with disabilities and also using gaming as a way to help with the
Oh,
disabilities.
neat.
So kind of both aspects of it, which is really great. I got their little wristband here. Met them at RTX Rooster Teeth Convention a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So and a couple other ones. We haven't really ironed out any details, but we'll probably be involved with the Extra Life
Okay.
24-hour deal. So yeah, and also if anybody else has any charities that they're like really, have a conviction for, they really want to, help out, by all means, tweet at ArdenVG on Twitter and let us know about them because there's a lot of charities out there that we just don't know about because they, we in our scope of view.
Yeah.
So
Is that
yeah,
something like you want to do? I guess I would say do with your power, but like, is that something you want to
I,
do with your
yeah,
stream and all that? Like, give
Yeah,
back?
definitely. Like that's my main for my stream personally, my main focus is community building and charity fundraising.
Okay.
I'm not looking to make this my full-time job. I more or less just love to do it and if I can give back while I do something I enjoy, then more the better.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, definitely. I'll include
Yeah.
link to Ardent and your Twitter and all that.
Sure.
People can like get in touch with you if
Yeah.
they have any other charities they want to be a part of. It's always
Sure.
great. It seems like there's a lot coming up with the Operation Supply Drop and the Extra Life. Like
Mhm.
it's that.
Oh, it's the charity
Yeah.
season. It's just like, I mean, okay, I hate to even have to think about it, but I mean, really, like, we got September is next month coming up. October, and then once you hit like September, October, then it's like okay, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, and everyone wants
But
to.
also with that is charity time
Yeah.
because let's face it, a lot of people have to get rid of a lot of money at the end of the year.
Mhm.
So a lot of charities do that push at the end of the year. So it makes sense for everybody. So yeah, and I've actually like started doing like my own fundraising for fundraising because I want to have like giveaways and
Oh,
whatnot.
cool.
So and to do that, it's like I have to fundraise for myself and then give back. It's starting already now. It's just crazy how fast this year has gone by.
Nice. Do you have one that you're like super passionate about, or is it just a general? Because Brizzle has the one she's doing for the North Korea one that she's been
Yeah, I
running.
love that by the way. Yeah, love that by the way that she did that. And it's funny because we were talking and she was like, "Does anybody have any passion for North Korea?" And I'm like, "I do," because that one's really cool. That was really cool. And I had to have to like say one I'm really super passionate about. I mean, it's hard to pick just one because each one has their own
For
thing.
sure.
But I mean, Supply Drop's really cool because I like them where they have their own little local areas, local chapters, and those local chapters do work for veterans within their area. Like somebody in Austin last month needed to move, and literally 8 of the guys from Supply Drop Austin went to his house, rented the U-Haul, packed up everything, moved everything out there. I mean, it's really feet on the ground, stuff. Also big, picture stuff where they send off, these games systems, which are those monitors that are in like a clamshell box that you put like a PS3 or PlayStation on the bottom,
Oh, okay.
and then you open it up and boom, there's a gaming system. They give away thousands of those a year to send off to people that are deployed to have that outlet
Yeah.
while they're in a area that's not so great and not so fun. you still have that, you can get away for like an hour or two and play a video
Yeah,
game and just
just
kind
so you
of
don't go
get
crazy.
away.
Yeah.
Get away. Just get away. Yeah, exactly. So they don't, it helps mentality a lot for them. So
Oh, cool.
that's real. I'm really passionate about that one right now. Also, it's probably the one that's coming up soon. So
Yeah, getting
yeah,
behind it now. Okay, I see.
yeah. There you
Well,
go.
very cool. Yeah, well, awesome stuff you're doing. That's exciting, and yeah, always
Yeah,
happy to help when I can and give out, to give back
yeah,
too. So it's great.
definitely.
So yeah, if anyone's watching the streams later, support
Hmm.
everyone, tweet them out. If you can't donate, just share it and like let people know it's happening too. That gets the
Right.
word out. It helps too.
Yep.
But how about we jump into some news? There's been a couple fun things happening.
Vainglory News.
So I think the first news we need to talk about is the new Vox skin, the
Oh
Cloud
yeah.
Raider Vox.
Yep.
Super Evil said they're going to reveal a skin that everyone had been clamoring for. I thought it was going to be
Hmm.
Celeste. I figured
Right.
I wanted Celeste. I would, like,
Yeah.
Vox looks great here, but I was kind of hoping for Celeste.
I kind of was too.
But
Yeah.
this Cloud Raider Vox skin looks pretty awesome.
It. Yeah. I mean, dare I say, Star Wars esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
someone pointed out, I think it was in my Bindle chat, he's got like the half mask on, and early on
yeah.
in one of the lores was the like half Raider mask kind of mentioned.
Hmm.
So I wonder if this is another tie-in to that.
I would have to say so. Just based off of history.
Okay.
Everything's got a story with it. They don't just release stuff
Yeah.
or artwork that doesn't have some sort of lore behind it or already behind it.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so there's a great story behind it. I think it's fun that I mention this every time there's a skin, but like there's a lore story behind this skin and like why it exists and just how it exists in the world. So that's fun.
Yep. It's really cool.
But I'm excited for like the particles that we're gonna see in like tier 2 and 3. I think that's always what makes the
Yes.
skins better, and just seeing like all these different color effects that are gonna come out of Vox.
Right.
'Cause he lends himself to that so much, even more than a lot of other people that are auto attacking.
Yep. Definitely.
So I guess I have to play more Vox just so I can play this skin.
I do too. I do too. Come back to that, I need to play more characters. Yep.
So Vox may be high on the list right now.
Right. Definitely.
The other thing that got kind of released on Twitter this week was Sky. We saw a splash art of Sky as well.
Right.
Did you see this go around on Twitter?
I heard about it. I just honestly have been a little bit busy. I have not seen it though. I'm sure if a quick Google search can figure that out though.
Yeah. So Super Evil said Sky will be playable at PAX.
Ooh.
So that's this week, right? PAX is a
Yeah, it is this weekend.
Thursday.
Yeah.
It kind of kicks off, I believe, or Friday.
I think so, yeah. Yep. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
August 28th through the 31st. So Sky
Yep.
is going to be playable for anyone who goes there, which means that usually we see the release the following week of the game.
Right. Yep.
This is kind of what happened with, who was I thinking at the last PAX? It was Arden. It was
Yep.
playable there, and everyone got those sweet statues, so they'll probably have some fun Sky statues as well.
Be jealous of those.
Yeah, I have no statues. I don't know.
I got no statues.
Oh my gosh. What the-
Oh, maybe we can, I'll distract people at TwitchCon and you go, find the box where they
Okay.
are and we'll have our statues and yeah.
Well, I think we're going to try to get that into Super Evil, get a little tour there, and we'll just bring our backpacks and fill them up with statues.
Got it. I got that bag of holding off of ThinkGeek, so that has a lot of
Alright,
space.
good call.
Yeah.
And then you can give them away on the, on the stream, and you
Wait,
know.
I never said that.
Well, we're gonna take a lot. Too many that
I
we
got
can't.
some-
We gotta give them out.
yeah.
We gotta.
Yeah, we definitely.
But did you saw the like 3D model of Sky before that was at least
Yep.
at Worlds? What do you think about Sky? That what you've seen and
I think it's
kind of
pretty
heard
cool.
talked about.
I've actually told people because I know people that are on the test server.
Okay.
I tell them not to tell me anything because I like to be surprised.
Okay.
So I actually don't know what the ability this is. All I know is that she's pretty OP, and my speculation is, there's got to be like some kind of rocket lunge of some sort because Sky and those things on the side. Look like little port jets. At first, I thought they were accessory rails for maybe like a tier 2 ability or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
no, that's those are jets. I'm pretty
All
sure.
right, yeah.
So I'm thinking it. It's hard for me to want to guess because I'd rather be surprised. But yeah, I think laner, sniper kind of mixed role maybe.
Okay.
You know,
That,
that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, that'd be fun. I think
Yeah.
like you're right. Like being surprised is a lot of the fun, but then also like
Mm-hmm.
digging up stuff and like finding it too is also
Yeah.
neat. But then it comes out and you're like, I already knew about it. Whatever.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, okay. It's like opening the present on Christmas after you've already like opened the present before, like when your parents were out of the
Yeah.
house. It's like, yay, my GI Joe. It's okay.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? Yeah.
Yeah. What's really a surprise? Yeah. What's in the closet that I didn't find?
Wait, so you're going to TwitchCon or are you going to PAX Prime?
I no, I did not want to try to do both financially,
Yeah.
because it's expensive. I live just north of Austin, Texas, so to get out there twice would be pretty
Okay.
difficult, and I'm already doing a whole lot of flying just then. Like after TwitchCon, I'm fly in on Austin on Sunday, fly out on Monday. I'm going to my in-laws up in Minnesota and helping them with harvest. So
Okay.
yeah, and then to throw PAX on top of that, and it just no, too much.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I'm missing out. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm probably going to regret it, but in the long run, it's better off if I just do
I'm
TwitchCon.
not going either. So I've never been to any PAX
Yeah,
events, and they always seem like they're a good time.
right. I will be at PAX South though,
Okay,
because that's just in my
that's real close
neighborhood.
for you.
So
So
yeah, yeah,
I just always say like, oh, it was sold out, so I couldn't go anyway. Yeah,
right, yeah,
it's a good excuse.
right. Wait, so you're not going to TwitchCon, or you
I'm
are?
going to
Or
TwitchCon, not going to PAX.
oh, you are? Yeah,
Any of
yeah.
those.
That's okay. You're not going to PAX. That's what. Okay. Yeah, and there's also what's that other con that just announced? DreamHack.
DreamHack, yeah, that's
DreamHack in Austin here. Oh,
you gonna try to go to that
yeah.
one.
Oh, I am going
Okay,
to that one. I'm going to try. There is no
try.
try. There's only
Have
do.
to. Oh yeah, because the
And I'm going to try to get as many people as I can together. We need to get like a big suite, like you have your boat for TwitchCon. Let's have that. Let's get a big suite for
oh
Austin.
nice, okay.
Yeah.
And I've never been down to Austin. I need to go. Like I always talk about going for South by Southwest or something. Maybe DreamHack's the
Yep.
reason to come down.
I think it's a good one.
Okay.
Yep.
But then speaking of like, so Sky's gonna be playable at PAX at the TwitchCon
Yep.
booth at the Twitch booth. But then I also wanted to talk about all these new streaming services that have been popping up and like kind of
Yes.
consuming our lives lately for some reason. Like,
Right.
so Mob Crush, Camcord, which I had Greg on a
Yep.
few weeks ago doing an interview.
Mm-hmm.
We have Twitch, that's kind of the old guard at this
Main.
point.
Yep.
And then YouTube Gaming is launching here.
Right.
Man, I feel like I'm getting pulled in all these different directions and everyone's streaming
Right?
on different places.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a strong proponent of competition. Creates creativity, right? But then you have a shattering between us. Like you have people streaming on different things. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a good idea. I like what they're doing for the streamers and whatnot. The support that the alternate services are providing for the streamers
Yeah.
is great because let's face it, there's, Twitch is, they don't have a good contract. Let's just lay it out there. So it's good. It's a great thing, and it's creating different well, I'm going to get a little technical here, but they have their own codecs, their own streaming qualities, and it's making everybody try to catch up just the same way as Google Fiber is doing that to internet providers.
Yeah.
These new services now forces everybody to step up their game, and that just helps everyone out in the long run.
Right.
Like I'm sure some are going to be bought out, some are not going to make it. It's just the way it is. But at the same time, it's good to have those there. Monopolies are not a good thing, and for a long time, Twitch was the monopoly.
Right. Yeah. Have you tried out any of these other ones yet?
I did a test stream on Camcord. That's about it. I'm Apple and Android. I'm sorry, I'm PC and Android, so I can't do Mob Crush as of yet. YouTube, I need to start looking into because that could be another promising thing.
Right. I'm interested in the YouTube one because I wonder if it's just going to be mostly the YouTuber famous YouTube people that post videos there kind of just like, okay,
Right.
this is what I do now as well. And since they already have the built-in
Well,
audience.
yeah. Well, a lot of them are already on Camcord too, though. I've
Oh,
seen.
okay.
At least I've seen some Clash of Clanner guys on there, like big name guys for Clash of Clans on Camcord, and which was interesting because I popped in, say
Yeah.
hello, and because I've known of them, and then like there's all my like I recognize a lot of faces from Clash of Clans, and they're like, "Holy crap, Pete, you're here!" Da da da. Like,
He's
hey,
alive.
I do live. So it was interesting. It was yeah, but you know what else this is going to do for the YouTubers is it's going to force them to be on all the time. There is no rewind or retake.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see who can excel doing it live and who can't. I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because streaming is this whole other beast. Like,
It really
it
is.
does take time to edit the content and
Hmm.
package it well. And like, no, I'm not saying that's, it's harder to be a streamer or anything. They both take time and work, but it's a different
Right.
mindset.
They each have their own hurdles. Let's just say that. Like your production quality can be way greater on YouTube, and yeah, but that's a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of time to go into post, as you know. Like
Yeah.
post is 90% of the work. Getting the content is 10%.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But I do find myself now at night, if I'm not streaming, I'll like check like, oh, who's on Twitch? Who's on Camcord?
Right.
Who's on Mob
Hmm.
Crush? Like, who do I want to watch tonight?
Right.
And I have noticed that the numbers on Twitch are lower because people are maybe watching someone elsewhere. So like
Yeah.
you don't have like 3 people, Vainglory people with like 100 numbers. You have like one person with like 150 or
Hmm.
something, and then somebody on another site with a whole bunch of views.
Right. Yeah. It'd be interesting to kind of see how Super Evil feels about it. I know they kind of had to stay biased, publicly, but privately, I kind of wonder like what they think. Like, how does this help their game or hurt their game, or is it both?
I did notice was it Wednesday night? They did link Lady
Hmm.
Wabish in game to her Mob Crush
Hmm.
stream.
Okay. There you go.
So I was kind of interested to see if they did have like a deal with Twitch because they did the launch party
Hmm.
at Twitch. They're at Twitch's booth at all these events, and
Right.
maybe they
Yep.
just didn't want to recognize these other services at the moment.
Sure. Yep.
But they gotta see that it promotes the game to like this other audience.
Yeah, I think ultimately it does help out though. Yeah, like you said, is because there are people who maybe never watched Twitch. They only just started watching games online with Mob Crush or Camcord.
Right,
So
because
it definitely widens the audience and brings people
yeah,
in.
because if you said these Clash of Clans people are on Camcord, they might have been watching on YouTube and just never watched live gaming before, and their favorite
Yep.
person's on Camcord. Let's
Hmm.
see who else is here.
Yeah, that actually is a good segue.
Yeah, and that's why this was next. Hafu was streaming Friday night. So if you don't know Hafu,
Yep.
she is a Hearthstone player and she plays
Hmm.
for Cloud9. Well, she streams for Cloud9. She's not like one of the professional Hearthstone players on
Right.
the team. So it's her and
Hmm.
she's just their main Cloud9's main
Yeah.
Hearthstone player. I'm trying to think who else is, but I think the other.
Well, I read on our little mini bio, she's also with Red Bull Gaming
Okay.
as well. And yeah, I also I have not heard of her, although I've seen her emotes.
Okay. I've
Seen her emotes.
I watch Hafu
but-
from time to time because I knew about her. She was a League player before she played Hearthstone, and so
Right.
I pop in. She's entertaining. She's also roommates with Box, who's a pretty
Right.
good League streamer that mostly plays Ribbon. So,
Heard the name. Never really played League of Legends.
Okay.
So this is my first MOBA. So yeah.
so I was watching her on Friday, and man, she's like kind of scary good for playing like about 70 games.
Yeah, I accidentally ran into her she streamed again Saturday night. Last night, and I was doing my birthday stream, and I accidentally ran into her. I say again, it was not a stream snipe like some people were saying.
I tried to snipe her, but I was like too high and didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, see, and I was actually like, I knew she was streaming because people pop in and say, "Oh, who's this new streamer?" Blah blah blah. And but I didn't know she was solo queuing ranked.
Yeah.
And so we ran into her and beat her, and I felt really bad because I heard through viewers that she was salty and whatnot. So I went and subbed to her and stuff, and she just kind of didn't say anything. So I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing I did. I don't know, but it was out of love. I promise. It,
Well,
like
yeah,
I
you
was
were trying to.
also. It was also my last game to get out of PG Gold.
Okay.
So
And she's
I
like
kind of
hotness gold, or at least she was Friday night.
yeah. I thought she was S. She was SA
Okay.
bronze. She was SA bronze already by that time. So I definitely got some nice elo, but I didn't really want to have to do it off of another new streamer, and I just felt really bad about it. But yeah, well, the thing that kind of surprises me with people asking questions like, because everyone's like, who is this new streamer in Vainglory? Who is this person? Right?
Yeah.
And like, why is this famous person coming over to Vainglory? They're just taking viewership away. No, they're
No,
not.
yeah.
They're sharing the game with everybody else that has not seen the game yet, especially Hearthstone. Like that's now a mobile game, right? And so it's a good thing that these people are coming in out of their just liking the game and playing the game. Like I know of a couple other streamers that are going to be they're bigger names in the community that just love the game and they're like, yep, I'm going to start playing this now. And yeah, I won't say their names but I'll let them be a surprise.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a big shoutcaster coming out that's going to be here.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be
I'll
fun.
have to find out who that is after we stop recording here.
I'll let you know.
But yeah, I was watching her Friday, and like I was in there, Super Evil was in there, Seekers, Nivmits. It was like a Vainglory streamer party happening.
Right.
We're all like trying to answer questions to the people that are like he's saying like, what is this game? Who like why is she playing this? Play Hearthstone.
I know, right? Yeah, I've had to do that too. It's funny, but I you know what? I love doing it though. I like helping out and answering people's questions when they have.
I think since she's pretty new at not only playing the game but streaming it, she wasn't interacting with the chat. Like she's focused on the play of it right now.
I understand.
And then
no, we can't all be Shinkai.
And then she'll look at the chat afterwards and be like, "Oh, what? Yeah. I don't know." Yeah.
Yeah.
When you ran into her, was she playing Jewel or Celeste? Those like her two.
She had to do Celeste. Yeah, she was kind of forced to support. So yeah.
All right.
Or Catherine. I'm sorry, Catherine. My bad. Yeah, I always get those two mixed up.
Celeste and Catherine.
Sometimes in my head. Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, she had to play Catherine because she was solo queuing and she was doing the right thing and not auto locking.
Yeah.
And so for that she kind of had to play support. Yeah.
So if you want to know her name, it's not Hafu in game, but you can check out her stream and I'm sure you can find it if you want to try to play against her or something.
Yeah, I think she purposely chose a different name. I think. I don't know the story behind her in-game name, but I'm not going to give it out just in case she wants to keep it kind of semi-secret.
Yeah, but hopefully we see more from her and maybe get her on the podcast here at some point and get her thoughts on like playing it early and like transitioning from League and what she helped her get better at it.
And learning it live, which is a huge challenge.
Yeah, I think now that she's SA, she's going to realize that it does get harder to play solo.
Yeah, actually, well, there's a Twitter conversation that's out there you can find.
Oh, really?
That she actually talked about that because I actually apologized on Twitter to her and said, if you never want to play, just tweet at ArdenVG or and so she was like, wait, so solo queue is not a thing really at higher levels? And we're like, no, not really. No.
Yeah, that's I think that's a weird thing for a lot of League streamers because you do just solo queue because you can duo queue in League, but it's the same. So you might as well solo.
You also have more heroes. You got 2 extra heroes in League, whereas when you're just depending on 2 other people to help you, you really need that teammate.
Yeah,
or teammates.
I do wish you could solo queue in Vainglory a little easier. I think that may come with more players. I think we may run into like
and as the ranks kind of settle down. Like I know right now, even getting in, I couldn't solo queue in PG.
Oh, okay.
It's so like my play style because I play with guildmates, right? And so my play is not at PG level. So therefore, if I try to solo queue and use the same strategies I have with my teammates that actually know how to play, You can't do it. People don't understand. Oh, the support has to first hit
Right. Yeah.
with contract. That it's those kind of things that because to get to PG, it's pretty quick. As long as you do solo queue to there. But it seems like past that, it's not
Right.
going to
And
happen.
playing
So
support, it's hard to, I think, level up
also,
like that. Like
yes,
you need,
yeah,
like you do
yeah.
need to carry in this game sometimes if you want to level
You
up.
do.
It's a weird.
You do. And I've been told that so many times, and I said, fine, let me play Ringo with you guys. Like, no, you're good at Fortress. I'm like, okay, fine.
I'll
Okay,
never learn, guys. Come on.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. uh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited
Yep.
for more streamers playing. Excited for more platforms to watch these streamers on, and just get the game out there. And
Yep.
at some point, when you see like Hafu or even a random friend that maybe is like, "Hey, what's this game?" and they're playing it, it's like, oh, that's pretty awesome to see.
It is fun. It is fun. In fact, there was one conversion. We had a conversion, our first,
Oh, really?
from Clash to Vainglory.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Complete conversion. There's a guy who streams in the mornings or late at night, depending on where you're at, called DJ Sam's. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And he made fun of me for leaving Clash of Clans and going to Vainglory. And now he converted over 100% because I showed him Shinkaigen's emote. Like I just dropped it in his chat one time. And he's like, wait, there's Vainglory emotes? There's partnered Vainglory streamers? I'm like, yeah, dude, come on over. And this is right when the ESL was going on a couple months ago. It's like, yep, they just partner with ESL. They're doing this, da-da-da. And then he's like, okay, I got to check this out now.
Right, yeah.
Ta-da. Now he's completely converted over to Vainglory. No more Clash.
Crazy.
So
And then as
got
soon as Super Evil starts using some of that money for those ads, like those Clash ads, then we might see...
Those are cool ads, dude.
We may even see more people.
Yep. Love that stick figure one.
Yeah. The last bit of news here is the free hero rotation. Like to mention it, everyone doesn't own all the heroes, but this is a pretty solid lineup this week. We got
It's a great.
Yeah, we got Ringo, Taka, Fortress, which I'm sure you'd like to see more of that. Jewel, Adagio, and Scarf.
Pretty much every role you need right there.
You have your support Fortress. You're missing like maybe your Uber tank with a Catherine or Arden, but you can kind of do that with Fortress or Adagio a little bit.
Yeah, no support stun, so that's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, but then you have a couple of good skill shot champions in Jewel and Scarf that do get you to learn those roles or play styles if you haven't done that before, because landing those Spitfires or even the Thunder Strikes are they're tricky sometimes.
Yeah, the skull shots. Yeah.
But at this point, I'm sure you probably own everybody, right? So you don't worry about the free hero rotation.
Not so. No. And I need to be more conscious about that, like putting a sticky note on my monitor or something like that, so I know what they are. Especially when you're doing like ARAM games or when you pull people up, they're like, I don't have. They'll say like, oh, I don't have Taka, or well, they won't say that.
Okay.
I don't have Adagio. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, oh, he's free.
Yeah. Like, you need to.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's good when you're on stream, you can let people know. They're like, oh, who should I play? Who's good? It's like, well, right now, this person is free. You should go in and try them.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And I know autocorrect actually does he'll do his 101 days on Tuesday mornings or Wednesday mornings, sorry. And he'll go through he'll pick 2 of the free rotation, which is great. So.
and just kind of teach those roles. Oh, okay.
Yep.
He's on so early. I'm like just getting to work as he's kind of wrapping up or something. It's kind of maybe I'll pop in and say hi, but I don't have a chance to stick around at all.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's all the news. Well, let's jump into a couple topics I found on the forums.
Forum static.
So the first thing I found on the forums was a Instalock saw challenge that someone's trying to do. And
this irks me.
This just seems ridiculous, I guess.
Yeah.
So the idea is for 7 days on their second account, so not even their main account, which you can argue
on their Smurf.
About smurfing being an issue. And right here is kind of like a thing where it's kind of like, really, just do this on your main account if you really wanted to try this. But
yeah, make it a real challenge.
Yeah, they will insta-lock saw. If someone locks saw first, they'll insta-lock pedal. They're not going to dodge, and they will not party with anyone. So
they will not dodge.
They will not dodge, yeah.
They will not dodge.
So they want to see,
Others
yeah,
will.
they want to see like how many people are going to dodge,
Yep.
where this account will end up after 7 days of playing, which we don't know how many
Hmm.
games or how often this person's going to play.
And let's say like screenshot games one.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know exactly how many did happen
Yeah.
and where you ended up.
Yep.
What do you think about this? Is this like a fun
Uh,
experiment, or is this like bad for like you're just supporting insta-locking?
it's both. It's kind of both. Like I think insta-locking anything. I don't care who it is or how good you are at said hero or no, I had to insta-lock because everyone. Well, no. I think for me, Vainglory is about being a community member. So this does two things. It brings to light insta-lockers and brings up a debate like we're having now.
Okay.
And then so that's good. But it hurts everybody else who's in with them because the player may be good at Saw, which I'm reading in the forum here that they say they are. Other people are saying that this player is good with Saw.
Well, after a week of playing, you probably are pretty good
Well,
too.
you would hope so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Saw is viable in this update. You know, I'll be honest. Like it, I've seen some crystal saws that you do not want to meet in an alleyway.
Mm,
Like, yeah, there's some Saw is viable now, but I don't like the Instalock part of it. Now, if they were just like, I'm going to play Saw for 7 days whenever I can, like as a laner, that I'd be more behind. The Instalock part, I just don't think it's fun. That's just to me, it's being a troll for troll's sake.
okay.
But again, it brings up the debate. So,
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know what insta-locking is, that's basically picking the hero right away without,
right,
hovering or letting your intentions be known of what you want to do.
yeah. Like if I could have like a queue like progression like as like a general rule, or if not even made software wise, like 10 seconds lock in your role, either roam, lane, or jungle,
Hmm.
right? Then everyone agrees upon those. Then you work down your heroes, you know, and I give like 20 seconds to work down your heroes, like lock in your heroes, but not able to lock in them, like just, you know, select your heroes.
Okay.
So that it kind of forces people into being working together as a team, you know. But I've actually talked to them about having that as a feature, like 10 seconds you can only pick a
Roll.
role, then like 20 seconds pick a hero, and then you're locked in or something like that or whatever. I If we could just do that as a general guideline as a community, let's get this out there, you know. Let's just do this as, you know, good players.
Yep. Just
So,
show your
yeah,
role first.
just show your role, hero, then lock in.
Okay.
And that I think that needs to be done. I think that's the way it should be done at least.
Man, even
But
even that sometimes today I had a game where
hmm
we all like were kind of soft logging and bouncing around, and then we had
hmm
one person who decided just to kind of troll us and then picked like someone
hmm
random at the last second. And it was like, really?
oh,
Like I thought
man,
we wasted a
I've had
lot
that
of
happen.
time here and we could have. uh,
Yeah, yeah. Those. Oh, yeah.
uh,
I, I'm gonna hold myself
all
back from
right.
that.
So that's almost even worse than the insta-lock. At least then you know
It
what's
is
going to
worse.
happen, and then
Yeah. What would that be even called? Like last lock?
last lock.
I got last lock sawed.
It's basically like a switcheroo kind of thing on me. Like,
Yeah.
come on, really? Oh, yeah.
The old Reddit switcheroo.
Yeah. But if you want to follow this topic on the forums, I'll include a link in the show notes. Go check it out. I believe they started on Friday, so it'll be running through this week.
Actually, it started today.
Oh, it started today. Okay.
It's Sunday, August
Oh,
23rd.
okay.
My
They
birth.
posted it on Friday, so it's going to start today.
Yeah.
So also, it's Anna the Amazing. So if you do see this person and they lock Saw, that's what they're
Mhm.
doing.
Yep. Watch out, folks. And the Amazing's locking in Saw.
And I think they're mid hotness at the moment that this has been started.
Right.
Let me check that out. The other topic I saw people kind of talking about on the forums was the
Mhm.
Celeste jungle.
Mhm.
And just that most people were saying like she's pretty viable in the jungle. She has a really good clear time. She's able to, check bushes before she goes in. Just adds a
Mhm.
lot of utility in the jungle that maybe some of the other heroes can't do.
Yeah.
Have you tried a Celeste jungle at all, or been on a team with this?
No, I mean, we've been doing a lot of Vox
Okay,
jungle,
yeah.
which is pretty strong as well, especially like paired with Fortress. And But no, I could definitely see um, the OP-ness of this. I'm kind of reading the notes right
Oh
now,
yeah,
just skimming over them. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It really
because your
does.
early game, you do have a lot of
Hmm.
poke, um,
Right.
and so you do a lot of damage. So getting invaded probably isn't going to happen. But if you do get
Usually
invaded,
not.
you don't have much of an escape. So that's where
Hmm.
Celeste falls off or hurts, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, we have gone up against and destroyed um,
A Celeste jungle.
the Celeste jungle for sure. Yeah, but that's been with Fortress Vox,
Okay.
which I think is kind of the anti Celeste jungle. To be honest,
Okay.
you got you can because of the fact that she has no
Yeah.
escapability, and then you have the bite and then the speed boost with then
But
Vox. Even though
slow.
Vox has a shorter range, he can really move up with Fortress with that speed boost you have.
Yeah.
So you can definitely catch up against her and take her out pretty quickly.
Her other downfall, I think, is that she needs a lot of money to kind of get rolling, and that's something you don't get as much of in the jungle.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people were doing the Jewel back a couple of updates ago when Jewel was way too OP. You had to run Jewel in lane, to afford Crystal. And yeah, you kind of need if you're going to be the carry, if you're going to be an expensive hero to build for, you kind of need that lane.
Yeah. But hopefully, if you do try this, I'd love to hear how it goes. I believe some people were trying Celeste support for a little while because
Hmm.
you max the stun, you get that cooldown. If you're good at landing that stun, and you can
Hmm.
get 2 or even 3 people in it, it's deadly.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And then that way you don't need as much money because you're building those support items that are a little cheaper, so it's a little easier to
Hmm.
get going. Um, but I have not tried this, and I might try some Celeste Jungle this week.
Might do that tonight.
Okay. Instalock
Yeah.
Celeste Jungle Challenge.
There you go.
Yeah, tweet at me if you try this and have some good luck with it, or find maybe a good build that's kind of cheaper that's working in the jungle. Maybe that's the way you have to find like a good ratio for your damage there. Maybe like a frost burn or something like that to kind of offset
Right.
those items and the cost you have.
Yep.
I think that's gonna do it for episode number 44.
44.
Pete, thanks for joining me. And also, I want to mention
Glad to be
happy
here.
birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is my birthday for another couple hours. So, yeah.
So, yeah, taking time on your birthday to celebrate here on the
Hey, what else am I
podcast.
going to do than be a part of Vainglory in some way, shape, or form?
Again, before we get out of here, where can people get in
Yep.
touch with you on Twitter, your stream, all that good stuff?
It's Pete the Noob on everything.
Okay. Easy, man.
Pete the Noob on, yeah, it is. And yeah, Pete the Noob in game, capital P, capital T, capital N. And yeah, Twitch, Twitter, Pete the Noob.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely follow them up. I'll include a link here as well. And if you want to follow Shatter the Vain, have that on Twitter. It's at Shatter the Vain. Facebook page /Shatter the Vain. Posting news, gameplay images, anything else I find Vainglory related during the day. And then the website, shatterthevain.com. All the episodes get posted there. Links to iTunes. Go there, subscribe, leave a review. I love seeing those reviews, and they help more people find the show. When it's ranked higher, it's listed in iTunes up there, and more people are like, oh, what's this show? And then they might start playing the game too.
There you go.
But that'll do it for this week's episode. Thanks for listening.
Shatter the Vain.